Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this 1 million pack opening thing shenanigans. I don't even know what to call it, to be honest, because it is going to be separated over the space of around probably like 6 parts or something like that. This was all done in a live stream, by the way, guys. If you missed that live stream, well, it sucks to be you, but I had an awesome time doing this live stream, and yeah, I recommend you join in next time. I do try and give you guys some notice, but usually, you know, I'll let people know when I'm going to be doing it about 5 hours beforehand on Twitter, on Facebook, that sort of thing. So like I said, if you don't already follow me on that, then you better go ahead and do so, because yeah, streams are a lot of fun. I think I had something like 7,000 people in there, and we were all just having a good time. But let's get into it, guys. Let's talk a little bit. I'm actually going to be answering some questions. Some people tweeted at me. Some people dropped me some Facebook messages and things. So we're going to read through them. So the first one here is from Abdullah Hersey, I think is how you say his name. And he's asked me, what is my favorite TV program? And for me, it's got to be a series called Suits. I know a lot of people always tweet me because I've talked about it before, and they're like, Cal, thank you so much for showing me Suits. It is the best series ever. And you know what? I like to agree. That series is absolutely unreal. If you guys haven't already checked it out, I'm sure if you Google it or whatever, you might be able to find somewhere to watch it. And yeah, it's just called Suits, and it is absolutely unreal. Let's have a look. If Messi and Ronaldo weren't alive, who would be the best player? Oh my god, that is such a tough question. There are literally so many players out there that I think very highly of, you know. I like to think Falcao is an amazing player as well. And yeah, there's just so many players out there. I honestly couldn't tell you. I couldn't answer that question. What do you love eating? You know, everyone loves a bit of ice cream, but to anyone in Scotland, you know what I'm talking about. I love black pudding. Now, I've said it before, don't Google it. It's not worth it because you'd just be grossed out. But trust me, it tastes amazing. Another question is, do you see YouTube as a job or as a bit of fun? I like to see it as kind of both, you know. I really enjoy doing it, and for me, it's the #1 priority is that I enjoy doing it. That's why I decided to do YouTube as a sort of full-time job, if you will, is because I've always wanted to do a job that I really enjoy. So if YouTube is something that I really enjoy and I can make a living off it, then absolutely, why not? You know, it's something that I thoroughly enjoy doing, and as soon as that starts to slow down and I don't enjoy doing it, and, you know, other people don't enjoy me doing it, then, you know, that's probably when I'll have to slow it down a bit and find something else to do. But at the moment, I am having so much fun doing it. You guys are awesome, showing me a whole bunch of love and support. So yeah, next question is from I'm Lohi, is how I want to say his name, and he's asked, where are you from? You don't sound very English. Yeah, that's because I'm not English, and actually that is one of the hardest questions I have to ask on a regular basis, or I have to answer on a regular basis. Even whenever they're like, oh, where are you from? Your accent sounds a bit strange. It is literally a challenge to answer that question. So when I was born, about 3 years old, I moved over to Vietnam. I lived in Vietnam for 7 years. After those 7 years were up, I moved on over to Russia, lived there for, I want to say 1.5 years. And then I moved from Russia over to Egypt, and then I stayed in Egypt for 3 years. Then I moved up to Scotland, stayed there for 4 years or something like that. And now I'm down in London. I've just recently moved down. So I'm sure the math doesn't add up perfectly. I'm sure I got a couple years wrong here and there, but you guys kind of catch the drift. And the reason why my accent is so strange is obviously because I lived in all those places. But when I lived over abroad, I also went to international school. So it's full of people with completely different accents. So eventually it just becomes a clusterfuck of accents, and no one knows where anyone is from. So yeah, that's kind of the explanation for that, because I do get asked a lot about where I'm from and where my accent is from. So I hope that kind of explains it and kind of smooths things out for you guys. Let's take a look. So Just Callum, nice name, bro, was, what do you prefer, a Scottish chippy or an English chippy? Definitely a Scottish chippy. I'm sorry, but they are just on a different level, and yeah, I actually really miss them. Harry Cartwright asks, why do you barely stream? And it's mainly because I'm actually terrible at streaming for a long time. You know, after about the first hour and a half, I start to get really tired, and in my streams I tend to talk a lot. Like, I feel the need to constantly speak and stuff like that to keep you guys entertained, so I often tire myself out. If you can imagine talking and entertaining for an hour and a half straight, that is what I have to do. So maybe I'm going to stream some more and just figure out, you know, I don't need to speak every second of the way, and maybe I'll sort things out, because I really do enjoy streaming, and I know that you guys enjoy it as well, because I tend to get a lot of really positive feedback afterwards, and you guys just seem to yeah, thoroughly enjoy them. Anyways, let's take a look at Facebook. Let me just refresh this page right now so that we can so we can get some good questions. So, Matteo Aguda asks, Bayern Munich or Dortmund to win in the final? Now, that's actually really tough. I mean, there are two amazing German sides, but I have to go with Bayern Munich. And that is just because I've been so impressed with the way they've been playing. They have literally dominated their games. And overall, just really, really impressed with the way they've been playing. So, for that reason, I'm going to go with Bayern Munich. Although I will say, like, you know, Dortmund is an absolutely class side too. So it's going to be a fantastic final. I've said it before, I would cut off a limb to go to that game. It's at Wembley, I think, and so I really, really want to go to the Champions League final, but I know tickets are like $1,000 plus, and I don't really want to spend $1,000 on a ticket, so yeah, that's that. Who is your least favorite player on FIFA 13? That's a bit tough because obviously I haven't tried every player. For me, I'd say the worst one that I've used would probably be... I kind of want to say that team of the season, Czech. He was literally so bad. I'm not entirely sure, guys. I don't know who my worst player is. That's a bit of a tough one. Let me know in the comments who your worst player is, the one that just completely let you down, the one that you thought was just absolute trash. And by the way, guys, I'm quick selling 4,000 coins simply for the YOLO swag. And yeah, I actually got 5,000 coins in this one particular pack. But yeah, you guys would have, there's some jokes that would have happened in the stream. So if you see me discard certain things that you're like, why did he discard that? It's probably because I was saying something during the stream and having a laugh with the people in the chat. So yeah, that'll explain that. Moving on to the next question, though. Let's get a look down here. On a scale of 1 to 10, how annoying is KSI to you? 1 being not very, 10 being a lot. I put about a 6. You know, at times, he reaches that point where I'm just like, get the fuck away from me. But then at times, you know, he's a pretty chill guy. I think a lot of you guys don't actually see him when he's, you know, not being KSI on his YouTube channel. But he's actually a really chill guy, a really nice guy just to speak to. You know, and yeah, I think, yeah, a lot of people are misunderstand him because he is just this crazy hypermaniac guy on his YouTube channel. But he's actually pretty chill outside of things. Anyways, let's get a look down. Which footballer looks most like you? So I've been told Pantilimon. That's been fair enough. I think who's the man? There's another right back as well that supposedly I look like. But yeah, that's that. Do you have sand in your vagina? Unfortunately not. I managed to clean that out before the Q&A. And favorite song, again, this is one of those things I just struggle to answer. I don't know about you guys, but, you know, favorite song, favorite movie, those things are just an absolute bitch to answer for me. I can never seem to give someone a straight answer about it. I'm not entirely sure why that is. It's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes, but yeah, it's so hard to answer. Anyways, let's go back over to Twitter. We have another 60 questions that were fired through. Muriel or Sturridge? Now, you can't ask a man that. You just can't ask a man that. I'm going to go with Muriel because he is the legend, but trust me, by the end of Liverpool, Sturridge probably will have had a bigger impact. Who do you reckon will win the 2014 World Cup? I'm actually going to go with... Shit. Yeah, I'm going to go with Germany. I think Germany will win it. Yeah, because I don't know, Spain... Yeah, I'm not feeling Spain so much, but I will say that I'm going to go with Germany for that one. Can you beat JJ in a real-life football match? Well, you know, that requires 11 players, and unfortunately, I'm not 11 people, and he's not 11 people, so I actually don't know the answer to that. What do you think about Denmark? I've never been to Denmark. You know, yeah, I know Agar comes from there. That's about as good as Denmark gets for me. So, yeah, what's your favorite YouTube series that you've done? I really enjoyed doing Go Big or Go Home. That was amazing. I've also really enjoyed doing my career mode. I'm slowing down on that a little bit because I am really getting back into Ultimate Team, so I hope you guys can enjoy that. Yeah, so I'd say those two are probably my favorite. I'm also really enjoying wager matches because not only is it so much fun to actually play the gameplay, but it's also really exciting to see people's reactions when you post it up, you know, what they thought to it and all that stuff. So yeah. How long does it take to make and upload a Q&A? It depends what the gameplay is, but obviously I did this pack opening on a live stream, so of course, yeah, of course the gameplay was already done. I simply need to tweet out asking for some questions and then answer them on the gameplay. So, why Calix and Tobias? So, I'm assuming what he's asking why I moved in with those two chaps. Well, Toby's been a good friend of mine for a little while now, and I wanted to move out my house. He wanted to move out of his house, and that was exactly that. And that was very much a similar case with Callum. So yeah, that's why that happened. Who do you think is the best team of the season out at the moment? I'm going to go with Baines. Baines for me was literally unreal. I don't know how it was possible for a left back to have that much influence in a game. He was just incredible for me. So if there was one guy that I recommend you guys picked up, it would be Leighton Baines. He was insane for me. And then if you guys didn't want Leighton Baines and you're looking for more of a striker, then go ahead and pick up Suarez. For me, he was an absolute monster. Let's go. What inspired you to start YouTube? That's been asked a lot of times, but I'll simply say a YouTuber called Tabe inspired me. If you woke up one day with 3 wishes, what would you wish for? And you can't say more wishes. I'd wish, well, I was gonna say I wish I could be happy all the time, but that would just be cheesy. Walking around with a big grin on your face all the time, nah, that would just be cheese. Obviously, I'd like to be wealthy. I wouldn't have to worry about any sort of financial problems. That would just be fantastic. You know, forever, ever, never be bankrupt. That would just be beautiful. Second of all, I'd like to be healthy all the time, you know, not come down with any sort of sicknesses, not necessarily immune to everything, but just never come across anything that could be life-threatening, that sort of thing. And then third, I wish I had the ability to read people's mind, because then you could just fuck with everyone. You know, they could be, you know, saying something, and you just know they're lying, and you could just give them the eyes like, you lying motherfucker. But, you know, they don't know that you know what they're thinking. Yeah, you could just really screw with people's minds. So, yeah. Anyways, yeah, that was a pretty good question. Who do you think will be the biggest upcoming YouTuber on the next FIFA? I actually have no idea. This is something I really can't sort of give my thoughts on. It all down to just what happens at the time. Of course, there are always people that will tend to do better than others when a new FIFA comes around. But personally, my favorite FIFA YouTuber at the moment is a man called Finch. If I remember, excuse me, I've still got a bit of morning voice. That's why I might sound a little bit strange. But yeah, is a guy called Finch. I'll leave his channel down in the description. He's one of the few YouTubers that I'll watch every single video of. I don't watch too many videos of FIFA at the moment just because, you know, a lot of things have been done, and I enjoy watching, you know, people that can really entertain me. So Finch is one of those people. If you guys would like to go and check him out, like I said, the link will be in the description. So go ahead and do that, guys. And yeah, that's it from me. As you guys may have seen in that last pack, I got a Nan. And if I'd opened this pack 3 hours earlier, it would have been a team of the season in Nan, but it wasn't. Anyways, guys, that's it for me. This is part 1 of a shit ton more parts because it was a 1 million pack opening, and we only managed to get through a few today. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. Hope you've all enjoyed this video, and yeah, bye-bye.